it is not good to be proud. It is, even the Bible talks about it. God hates the proud people, but he loves the confident. So without vision, people perish.
Yeah.
So I believe so much in vision. I want to coincide it with purpose. Vision and purpose are two very crucial things.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Marvin 256. The host is always Marvin Tumusime. But before we start, my first thing is always to appreciate God for keeping us safe. For the last time I saw you up to this time, everyone is good, breathing. Yes, there might be those ones that are not okay, fine, but still, we appreciate God for keeping us good and fine. Once again, my name is Marvin. If you're watching for your first time, please, I request that you subscribe. Today, it's a bit different. I'm honored and I have the privilege to host someone so big. He's going to introduce himself, a humble man. Today, it's a battle of English. Ella, please.
Why are you saying it's going to be a battle of English?
They're going to feel it. If you're watching, tell a friend to come. You know, this is going to be a very, very beautiful show. I believe you're going to be blessed, inspired, and educated. Where you're watching from, whether you're in your hostel, whether you're at home, any different part of the university, different universities, please stick around and watch with us until the end. Allow me to introduce the person we have today. I'm not going to say his name. Let him introduce himself, and then we start our beautiful show. Sir, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. I'm Marvin.
Yes.
I'm very much humbled to be on this mighty show.
Yeah.
I thank the Lord for all our lives, the viewers out there. And I thank you for this beautiful initiative that has come up to air out voices.
Yeah.
And yeah, may the good Lord bless your work. My name is Derrick, and I am a co-founder and the managing director of the Bridge Uganda, a rising organization in the country that basically looks at youth empowerment. We advocate for menstrual hygiene, mental health, and we do community outreaches and all sort of work, school outreaches. We teach SHR, that is sexual reproductive health, and sort. So that is basically what we do, and that is who basically I am in brief. They'll get to know more about me as we continue.
Thank you so much. I didn't want to introduce you first, but the person is an advocate for many things, as he has said. You know, it takes a lot, and I'm always happy when I see a fellow young person like me doing things that society believes are not supposed to be done by us. It's supposed to be done by the mature people. That's what they say. But if us, the young people, stand up, that's a plus for us in the society. So I appreciate you so much for that.
Thank you.
But there's a bit he didn't tell you. There's the podcast bit. I want us to start from there. But also, before we start from there, is Derrick still studying? Is he done? Where does he study from? Because we need to get to know who you are before we proceed.
Yeah, basically, I am a student. I'm in my year 2, semester 1 at Kyambogo University. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree bachelor's degree in arts with education. So I am a teacher. Okay, I don't have the degree yet, but I prefer calling myself a teacher because that is my purpose on earth. I didn't come to education because of circumstances. I came to education because I knew it was my purpose. And basically, with the whole reach out things, I'm always doing my purpose, my passion, and yeah, I bless the Lord.
Oh, no wonder the confidence. Yeah, it takes a lot for someone to. Okay, that's amazing. So, teacher to be professionally. I expected someone to say, I'm in my 3rd year, or I've finished waiting for graduation. Where does this start from to have this kind of courage? Because, still, as I was talking about the mindset, they believe that someone should be there, up there, to do what you're doing at the moment? Where does the courage, the confidence, and everything start from?
Well, I would love with using a catching Bible phrase or Bible verse that says, without vision, people perish.
Yeah.
So I believe so much in vision. I want to coincide it with purpose. Vision and purpose are two very crucial things, you know.
Yeah.
For you to be to impact this world, you need to be extraordinary. You can't be ordinary because everyone else in the world is ordinary. When we look at the times we're in, this is the 21st century. Almost everyone has gone to school. Almost everyone has been to school,
Yeah.
and people have the ideas, people have the knowledge, but two things can set you apart. It is knowing your purpose and having a vision in line with that purpose, and you work every day towards that vision.
Yeah.
That is what can set you apart. I believe once you have the purpose and the vision, your mindset automatically sets itself in a certain way, in a positive way. You understand? You know, people always put mindset first, but they forget you can have a positive mindset and still be with a positive mindset, but with nothing. If you don't have the vision, you won't take the action. You know, you'll have a positive mindset, yeah, what, but you won't have a direction in which you're moving with that positive mindset. So the mindset alone is not enough. You need to have vision and purpose. First of all, know why you are on earth. You know what you're good at, know what you can do best, and then have a vision in line with that purpose. For example, if I am a teacher, you know that I can start an organization. I'll go in communities and preach about mental health and preach about menstrual hygiene and fight stigmatization with my skills as a teacher. So that is having a vision in line with your purpose. So I basically think that is what sets visionaries apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's so amazing. Okay. There's the bit that you did talk about, but we have to go there a little bit. I believe you might have seen his face somewhere, but they had the podcast is still on, but paused a bit. Tell us more about the Bridge podcast before we go to the
Yeah, the Bridge Talk Show.
talk show.
I'm delighted you've asked about that.
Yeah.
The Bridge Talk Show was a podcast that we started about a year back. The podcast is a year old now. It is only the organization that is about 7 months old only.
So that you were in year one by the time you started the talk show?
Basically, by the time I'd spent a month at campus is when we had the first meeting to start the Bridge initiative. I want to commend my partner, my business partner, the founder of the Bridge, Mr. Victor Taremo. He's the one that gave me a call. He had seen a lot in me that I didn't see in myself at that time. So when he wanted to start the podcast, he called me alongside some other members. We had a meeting that was at Starview Hotel in Kansanga. We discussed a few things, and yeah, that is how we started the podcast. It was difficult to start because of a few limitations. We didn't have any resource, any camera, so it was very, very difficult to start. But eventually we started. In fact, the first shooting was not a success. Yet we invested a lot in it.
Yeah.
We had the first shooting in Serena Gardens here in Kampala. And the gardens were paid before. We paid for the space. We hired the machinery they required because if someone can go to YouTube and search for the Bridge Talk Show, they can see the type of setup we often used. The microphones, the sound system was a bulky one. We had a producer that was payable at the moment. And it cost us a lot, and we shot. But because of the inexperience and the unpreparedness, we didn't issue out those videos. We didn't upload them on our media handles. So we had invested basically around 400 to 500,000, but we didn't put out anything. And we are students without jobs, so it was very much difficult. And I guess at that moment we would never have started again if at all we didn't stand up and say, no, we can't stop here. So it was a lot of frustration. But later on, we had the first successful shooting in November. I remember it was 15th. I still recall the date. We had a first successful shooting, and yeah, it was that was the first stepping stone of the whole podcast.
Yeah.
So basically, the podcast was aiming at youth empowerment. You know, we wanted to air out our voices on issues that were pressing the youth. Basically, unemployment, mental health,
Also talking about menstruation.
menstruation, then leakages in the education sector, and sort of. So basically, those are the issues we addressed. We also ventured into uh, it was general youth empowerment in that we initiated in some people from the music industry. If some people know the biggest upcoming producer,
Yeah.
I want to say he's a big deal.
Yes,
Mayanja on the beat. We had him, and we had Caspian Marvin from Retro Records. Those are no Retro Records of Victor Rose. So we wanted to bring all people of all kinds on ground so that they would empower any youth out there, because we know youth will not only thrive on books and maybe professions like lawyer work. Some people will go to the music industry and they will earn a living there and they will impact the world positively while there. So that is why we had all those niches of people. And yeah, we did our level best with the show. Though a time came when I was transitioning into an organization, we decided to put it on hold a little bit so that we would focus more on the organization bit. But it is coming right back on your screens. Something big is coming. Just keep it locked in.
Amazing. What has made me happy is that I think what you are standing for is what I stand for. Most of the times, our voices as the young people, we don't have where to air them out. You know, if let's say that these big TV stations are focusing on politics and what other,
Basically.
you know, and there's this young man who's growing, who needs to learn how things happen in life and everything. We're talking about the bridge and everything, but who comes up with the idea of the name, the bridge?
The bridge, the name was initiated by Victor. I commend him by the name because I love the name so much. I even asked him, like, comrade, how did you come up with such a name? It is a very nice name. And you've talked about airing out voices, and you talked about most shows being political. In fact, in the start, we wanted to be a little bit political because
same goes to me.
so we wanted to be a little bit political because there is a way political shows can be thrilling and
True.
And aside that, the team we had started with, we are all people that had political affiliations and aspirations. I'm a politician in a way that I don't engage in active politics, but I'm a political strategist and analyst.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So we wanted to basically do politics and host politicians. But a time came and we said, no, I think we can do better. You know, everyone will come out and want to do politics. But there are leakages amongst circumstances or issues to do with the youth.
Yeah.
And we said we could be different and do things differently. It was very hard for us to agree on that because definitely we knew what we were going in for is not what people enjoy the most. You know, when you're doing such a podcast, for example, what you're doing or what we were doing, there is a lot of resistance, I would say. You don't get the numbers as you would get them if at all you are doing entertainment purely, the Kasuku such
I know.
the Kasuku type of shows and what, you know. So if you're not doing politics or the Kasuku type of shows, people don't certainly pick interest. For example, you're seated here and you're talking about mental health, menstrual hygiene, you know. A gentleman that will scroll through TikTok or YouTube and sees you talking about menstrual hygiene, they'll just scroll through. They won't give you time.
Yeah.
So it is basically hard, and I want to commend you, by the way, for standing in for the right cause. And I know time is the only factor.
Yeah, true.
We'll be there. We'll see the rainbow.
True. Amazing. So before we conclude and see how we went into the organization and everything, you were here 1 month, you guys, and started the podcast, the talk show,
Mm.
one would ask, how did the team come up? Because one thing I believe in is a team. Well, for me, I don't have one yet, but I believe in time it's going to come. How did you guys connect? Were you guys OBs, OGs? How did it start up?
Yeah, basically the team was made up of OGs and OBs. We were only having one lady. She's called Joan Viona Nevi, a very good visionary. She's now having a hospitality management service called Avara. And yeah, we were OBs and OGs, and we were friends basically. Though a few of us did not know each other very well, but we managed to connect. Um, though with time, we remained two members because team building is very crucial when once you're starting anything. For any visionary out there, you want to start anything, an initiative or anything, the first skill you should have, I emphasize that so much because I know how deep it is. The first skill you should have is to be able to identify. In fact, let me say you should be able to read people's characters. You should read, people, we are naturally mask wearers. We wear masks, We can disguise our behaviors or characters according to how we want people to perceive us.
Yeah, true.
So if you're a visionary and you start with the wrong people, you're going to burn out. Your vision is going to die. You're going to perish. For example, we lost our 3 members while we were still having the podcast, before we even thought about having an organization. Just as we were running the podcast. And I just imagine one of us, Victor and I, was not on the team. The bridge would not be no more.
Yeah,
Because one person could not handle it. I doubt. I could go on without Victor, and I doubt Victor could go on without me. So I just imagine if at all I wasn't part of the team, and maybe if at all Victor was not part of the team, the bridge would not be no more. But I bless the Lord. The Lord knew it all, and I bless the Lord that both of us were on board, because God is always in the start of such initiatives. We've impacted over 1,500 to 2,000 lives in the schools we've been to and the communities we've been to, and I believe God knew all of this, and He made sure that the 2 of us would be on team, because when the 3 people left, we were so depressed.
of course.
Basically, I want to talk about the lady Joan. Joan was a very good person. She was good at what she did, and when she left, we were a little bit worried. But we were like, no, there is no space for us giving up, There will be no proof to show that we tried, We won't, we'll be there sometime in 5 years to come, and we'll see others living our dreams that we had started building on, and we'll start to regret. We said, no, we can't. We will give up when we are dead. There is no time for giving up right now. And bigger challenges came in when we initiated into an organization. Very big challenges that I should not be handling at my age, because I'm only 21 years of age, by the way. So there are challenges that I shouldn't be handling at my age, but I handle because I don't think of giving up. The only time I have to give up is when I'm dead, and resting. I'll rest when I'm dead. But right now, I have to keep grinding.
Amazing.
So yeah, basically we're OBs and OGs. That was the main question.
So that's how the team started.
Mm.
Anyway, you people, it's always important to have a team. A team is so good. I'm feeling the pinch at the moment. My work, I find myself so busy. Not because that I want, but of course because of the nature and everything. Work, the other side is demanding. I also need to push this side. But I think I've failed to find a person who matches my dream. I'll ask you, how I'm outside watching. How do I spot and say this is the right person that I should go with? Because as you've said, many people wear masks. People just want to exploit and just run away. How will I identify and be like, okay, Derrick is the right person I should be working with? This one, yeah. Like a simple character.
That is a very delightful question as well. I'm a person that likes to phrase the Bible, I believe it is the book that, if you're looking for ultimate wisdom, the Bible is the ultimate place to go to. I'll use the two greatest commandments. I don't want to phrase them, but they are known. They are all talking about love.
Yeah.
I believe with love, everything is possible. For example, Victor and I, we love each other. I mean, we are brothers, you know, not from the same parents, but we are brothers in that I can afford being with him every day, though he's not a student at Kyambogo.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not a student here. He's doing electrical engineering at Nakawa Vocational.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I believe there has to be love. You know, wearing masks, what I mean is that people are envious naturally. We are all envious, by the way. When you see someone that has something that you don't have, you default to become envious and you don't know you're envious. So I believe with teamwork, with you identifying good people that can work with you, you need to know characters, that there is envy, there is competition, there is someone you're going to work with and they're competing with you secretly, you know. So you need to identify such characters and you know that this person has this and this character, I can't work with them. Or this person, this and this person has such a good strength, so I can work with them. It is not good to look at people's bad side all the time. Yeah? You know, and we are all not perfect. So you can put that person on a weighing scale and know they are good at this and this, and they are
bad here.
They are bad here and there. But if you're getting someone on team, however good a person is, but they are envious or they are competitive, yet you're on the same team, don't work with them. That is the wrong person to work with. So I believe there should be no competition. You should be able to give people their flowers, you know. If Victor is good at something, you commend them, you say, Victor, you're good at this. For example, at the bridge, we know all each other's strengths. I know that Victor is a big visionary. He's good at bringing out ideas. But I know that I'm better at what? Building them, building systems. Saying that, for example, under the bridge Uganda, we're going to have this and this initiative. It is going to be this and this and this way. I'm good at building, and he knows that. He brings ideas and asks me, Derrick, what should we do? Because he knows I'm good at that. And when it is about bringing new ideas, he's very good at that. And actually, most of the people that are around him know that. He has very many ideas that he has pushed forward. He has radiant assembly. He has very many good ideas that I'm forgetting. He has visionaries and sort of. So he's a very good visionary. I'm very good at building strategies, building systems. Even in politics, I'm a good strategist. So if you can be able to put away competition and envy and be like, no, my brother's good at this. No, my brother should do this. I cannot lead this. You know that sometimes we are even blessed differently.
Yeah.
You know that Victor ina chances okunsinga, nti Derrick ina chances okunsinga, let Derrick be at the front, or let Victor be at the front. I believe that is the best thing that any team should have.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if you can be able to sacrifice even applause for your brother, instead of Victor being applauded, let Derrick be applauded. If you're able to take that sacrifice, I believe that is the best team there can ever be. And I believe that is what has pushed Victor and I forward. There is a third member that I'm going to talk about, the organization bit. That is how she comes in. Yeah.
I want to have one last question about the podcast. Is it about money or it's about the social capital to start?
Podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast, I want to say both money and social capital play a big role.
Yeah.
Where money is the biggest catalyst. You know, we are all, I at a certain moment often tell people that I think we are here to worship money or to make money or not. Because everything that is going on in the world
money is involved.
Is moving on money basis. Even right now, what we are doing is on money basis, you know? So money is very crucial in starting a podcast. A podcast is not an easy thing to begin. Apart from those that do solo content in their houses, those that are doing TikTok content. But if you're doing something that is very crucial,
outdoor,
outdoor, for example, what we are doing here, you need a camera, not just a phone. Even an iPhone is not enough.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, because we tried iPhones, but we found that we literally need camera still. We're trying to eradicate the the camera expenses, but we found ourselves having to have the camera still.
Yeah.
So you need to have the camera, a good camera. You need to have, for example, these microphones are ideal, but for example, the microphones we were using for the podcast, it was a bulky setup. If you
Yes,
if you met us at
wired.
where we were shooting from, you would think it is a TV station.
Yeah.
So basically, we're almost running a TV station. We're only remaining to recruit that you're going to handle this, you're going to handle this, because we had transitions. I don't know if you've seen the transitions.
Yeah, I've seen the
Everything.
intros and
Yeah, we're basically almost running a media company. So it costs us a lot.
I know.
Uh,
It's
beyond millions of money, the podcast alone, I want to be honest. Because we had a producer that we paid per month, and we paid him for the transitions and what, we paid for the systems and sort of, so it cost us a lot of money. So money is crucial, then the social capital to push your thing. Who you host matters on your show,
very.
who you host, you know? They don't have to literally have numbers, I would say, but you need to host quality, as in, if someone comes on your show and they speak, a guest that has, a viewer that has come to view, they won't leave, you know? I believe in building systematically. If you have, for example, someone subscribing to your channel, you have to make sure they will come back and view the next episode. They are waiting for the next episode. For example, there are shows I love on YouTube. For example, The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Ballet. I don't know whether you've watched that.
Yeah.
Then I love another podcast by Steve Neal. There's another podcast by Chris Williamson. These people, I'm often waiting for the next episode they release. It's because they emotionally connect with the viewers. So who you host on your show
Really
is very crucial.
Yeah.
And basically, those people that it is by default that someone that is big or that is visible out there that has numbers, they often most of the time speak sense. Yeah, I don't know why it is that. For example, if you had Her Excellency Rose Nagwiri on your show, you know, they would definitely speak sense. If you had His Excellency Churchill Central, they would speak sense. If you had my friend, the guild president of KIU, in a plan major, they would speak sense. So who you host on your show matters a lot. And yeah, that is how social capital has to play the role in it.
You were speaking, talking about the shows. May I have my guy Jay on purpose? Every now and then I'm waiting.
Jay Shetty.
I'm waiting.
Definitely. I that is my guy, Jay Shetty.
I'm waiting, and I can't dream to be like him, you know. He has taught me a lot on how to podcast and how to speak and everything. And I believe I'm still a process and everything. So Derrick, the question is, how do we move from the podcast or the talk show into an organization? How did this start and how did this come up and why?
So we were two people at the moment. The rest had left. That is about February
This year.
Yeah, February this year. I was quite busy. I'd spent some good time without seeing Victor. I think the whole of December and January I had not seen him because I was very busy. I was finishing up some work. So when I basically show up in February, I meet him and we talk. We are now two. How are we going to do things? Are we going to give up? We were a little bit frustrated, in fact, and resolved, Victor, no. I told him, no, Victor, we can't give up. And he was also affirming, of course. And we thought hard. And I'm a person. I've been to. I had my A-level in Mitiana.
Yeah.
I was there for some good 2 years, A-level years, and I was able to initiate into the communities and sort of, you know. So I give him an idea. I'm like, don't you think we can do beyond a podcast? I think we can do beyond a podcast. We can turn into an organization. And I gave him a vision of the Bridge Uganda, just transitioning from the Bridge Talk Show to the Bridge Uganda. he found some difficult time to feed it into his mind, to buy it.
Yeah.
He found some difficult time. I don't know that he even recalls how hard he found it. I was like, Victor, all the time was, Bridge talk so Bridge. I'm like, no, Bridge Uganda. So I gave him this idea, and later on he bought it. And we started the organization with a charity outreach in Mitiana.
Okay.
There is an orphanage there in Busuju as you're approaching Gumba, very deep in the village. So he bought the idea. Let's not end by speaking about changing lives, impacting lives, and we are speaking and we don't know what we are speaking, we don't know what it means. Because if we don't show up, no one is going to show up. If we don't impact lives, no one is going to impact them, you know? And he bought the idea because he's a very compassionate man. And yeah, we started planning. Of course, we had a podcast, a shooting before. That is where we had Mr. Mayanja on the show. We had the guild president of KIU.
Yeah.
That is in a plan major. We had the former HP of Elite High School. Then we had menstrual advocate, Madame Brenda. She actually still works with us in legal matters, legal matters and advice. She's a very good woman. Madame Brenda, you are a blessing to us. So we had the podcast first, but after the podcast, immediately we started planning on the outreach. Of course, the community outreach costs for a lot. We were going to use taxis to travel to Mitiana or what, because we are going to not end in the town, but deep down in the village. For example, from Mitiana town to the place where we often reach out, it is a 1.5 hour or 2 hours journey, you know. So that is really deep. So we had to go with books and what, sanitary products, because that is what basically we are putting on the front, menstrual hygiene, sanitary pads, and a lot. So we organized, but we couldn't do the whole thing when we were only two. We thought that we needed a few team members. So that is when we talked to now our chief operations manager. She's called Madame Nankunda Faith. She's at Makerere University pursuing a bachelor's degree in community psychology, in higher too. A very good lady. I think you've often seen her on my team.
The ones who watch, it's that brown girl that is always standing.
Yeah, the light-skinned lady. That is.
That is always standing in the middle.
Oh yeah, she's always standing in the middle.
Yeah.
You've really observed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is when we talked to her, and she agrees to join us. She just agreed,
Without asking questions.
She asked questions.
Of course.
She asked questions. I think I was busy then. It is Victor that went to meet her, and they had a meeting, a serious meeting, because yeah, we told her about things that we hadn't achieved then, you know, getting someone, selling vision to someone and telling them we are thinking of this and this, and you've not done those things is difficult. But I believe, I deeply believe, I don't know, I've not asked her, she's going to ask this and maybe come to know, but I believe she just agreed without basically buying the whole thing or agreeing to the whole vision, but she just agreed and she joined us. She wasn't a stranger as well, she was a friend. She was an OG of Victor, yeah, from Marcos, I guess. So she agreed and we went with her to the outreach in Mitiana. It is her car that we used that day basically. She has a car. It saved us from some costs. But we didn't go there because we knew she had the car. So we organized and we had the outreach. It was a success. We went to Mitiana, we reached out to those kids. There were over 50. We donated. It cost us a lot of money, but we used our own money because we don't have any sponsors as yet, by the way. So if there is any sponsor out there viewing, you're fully welcome to impact the world with the Bridge Uganda. So we used our own money. We bought food, they cooked, the children ate, we also ate. You know, we talked to them, we gave them sanitary products, books, pens, and some clothes, shoes, and a lot of items. So it really cost a lot, but it was worth it. That is what we are aiming at, to impact lives. Yeah. And when we came back, we thought on how, I think we love the whole idea. It blessed our lives. So we thought of how best we could push the organization idea. And yeah, we continued a little bit with the podcast. And then we started on school initiatives, reaching out to schools, school outreaches, preaching. Basically, what we front is menstrual hygiene at the moment. There is a lot in the pipeline that I want to mention maybe here, but menstrual hygiene is what we've been fronting at the moment, and mental health. Under the Bridge Uganda, we've been in random schools, to mention but a few. Kaboa High School in Kaboa. Then there is White Angels in Najana, Nkumbi, and others. So we've reached out to those schools, and we've preached menstrual hygiene. We've impacted lives, as in we've fought stigma under periods. We've really done a lot in that. We've even trained the boy child to handle stigma, to fight stigmatization. You know, we've trained boys on how to help to assist girls while they're in their periods. For example, if she gets an uncertainty of her bleeding while she's in class, a boy is not supposed to laugh or shy away or do what, or even judge. They are supposed to stand in and be responsible enough. They help her to clean up and all that. So we've trained ourselves, and we've trained other team members. We have the Volunteers in Action initiative under the bridge. It is called the VI initiative, Volunteers in Action. We have over 50 members on board right at the moment. So we've trained a few of them on how to do this, how to train the boys and what, and how to train the girls. There are girls that don't know how to use the sanitary products, and yeah, we train them more. So those ones that are in Form 1, you know, those ones that are just starting their periods. So we are doing a lot. We are training girls and boys that period is not, it's not abnormal. It's a normal thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it's normal.
it's normal. We can do things better. You know, we can help the girl child study better by helping them know that periods are normal and helping them on how to handle them best, and basically preaching the hygiene and sort of, and assisting those that cannot afford the sanitary products. So basically that is what we are fronting at the moment, but there is a lot in the pipeline. The boy child, we are coming for you. We are building something called Revive the Man. You know, want to revive men's masculinity. We are in a generation where we no longer have men, by the way.
We don't.
So we are designing Revive the Man. It is coming very soon. Basically at the beginning of next year, where we'll be trying to mentor men. We've done it before in the recent. For example, this 5th of October, we had an outreach back in Mitiana. This time we went with Volunteers in Action. We are not only 3; we are 12 members altogether. We donated a lot of items, more items. This time, it was the 2nd edition. Then we had those spaces. We went with Volunteers in Action that were ladies. They nurtured the girls and preached to them and talked to them. We also mentored the boys into, we were empowering them to become better youth, you know, to become useful in the society. And yeah, Revive the Man, we've practiced it in Mitiana. It is a big deal. We are bringing it to your schools and institutions, God willing. Yeah.
That's amazing. I believe every organization, every NGO, everything that's outside there, everyone has a mission and a vision. What's the mission of the bridge, and what's your vision, the bridge UG?
Basically, our vision is for us to realize greater youth. You know, we are in a very uncertain generation. You know, where depression, anxiety, and a lot of things are kicking in. You know, someone is done with a bachelor's degree, they don't have a job, and they feel they are doomed. They resort to drug abuse and sort of, and you know, but they don't know you can, with the knowledge that you got from school, you can start anything. For example, I started the bridge. You know, what did I have? I didn't have a degree, so you don't need even a degree to start anything. You know, all you need is for you to pick up yourself. You know, So sometimes it can be hard for anyone to just realize that they need to be mentored by someone, they need to be nurtured by someone. So that is basically our vision, to have a greater society of youth. You see, empowered youth. That because we are generally a youth empowerment organization. In all aspects, we are fronting some few initiatives at the moment, but anything that calls for us to stand up and empower the youth, we will stand up. So that is our vision, basically, to empower youth, for them to realize their full potential. For example, there are people that have gifts and talents, but they don't know. Under the VIA initiative, there are people that joined us, and maybe they are joining us just to be a part for a little while, but they have not left. It is because they have discovered, some of them have discovered their purposes. They know that, oh, I'm doing nursing, or I'm doing medicine. I've gone with a bridge to educate girls best, because me personally, I'm not a medic. I don't know how most of all to teach about menstrual hygiene.
Yeah, true.
Most of the times we have nurses, we have friends that are nurses and medics that are specialized in that sector. We go with them in schools and they do what?
They educate.
They
us.
educate.
Yeah.
So you could be doing a medical course, but your real purpose in the world is to teach. You know, there are people in institutions that are doing courses, certain courses, but they are in the wrong courses, you know. They are meant to do something different in what? In the world.
Yeah.
And before you realize your purpose, by the way, however, what profession you'll be doing, whether you're a doctor or lawyer or what, or politician, and you're not moving in line with your purpose, you'll never be happy. You'll live a worthless life. You'll die and you'll have not left a legacy. But me, for example, if I die tomorrow, God forbid,
Yeah.
I've kind of tried to move in line with my purpose. I'm somehow contented. Victor can be able to stand on my funeral and say, Derrick has left a legacy behind, you know? And even if no one realized that, the Lord above knows it, that I've impacted many lives. So I believe that our biggest vision is to empower youth in all ways. That is what we have, basically. There is a lot on agenda that I don't want to mention that I can be questionable about in the future.
I know.
He said this and
Yeah,
this. Why hasn't it happened?
I
He
know.
said they would build this and this. Where is it? So, but there is a lot,
That is
a
coming.
lot. Maybe off the camera, I can discuss with you.
Yeah, that's amazing. A person who's watching, he has talked about something called the purpose or purpose. Let me tell you, there's that one thing that you do effortlessly.
Definitely.
That even if they wake you up, you don't need what and what. I will tell you, for me, I think I'm finding my purpose slowly. Every time I sit in front of a camera, or if I'm editing my things,
Definitely.
even if I'm not being paid,
Mm.
I'm so
You
happy.
love it.
I love doing it. So you might be there, and your purpose is cooking. If you stand up to cook, you love cooking, you love to do it well. When you get that microphone, oh my God, you can speak well and everyone listens to you. That's your purpose. You get, because most of the
Definitely.
times we are forcing ourselves on things that are so complicated. You want, and
You're
not-
pursuing a career because your parents told you you have to be this or you have to be this. I'm very lucky my parents didn't force me anywhere.
yeah.
In fact, by the time we were applying for courses here at universities at Kyambogo, basically, I wasn't in position to apply for myself because of a few circumstances I don't want to mention on camera. And my brother, my twin brother, applied for me, and he had put random courses that he thought I wanted at the moment, and I guess those are the courses I wanted at the moment. But when I came out of where I was,
Yeah.
and I checked my portal, after me coming out is when I discovered my purpose. While I was there, in fact, while I was where I was at that moment, I discovered my purpose that no, I'm meant to be a teacher. And when I talk of teaching, people think about getting
The
chalk
chalk.
and what. No, that is not teaching. Even right now, I'm teaching.
Yeah,
For a person that is going to watch this full episode and you've not been impacted,
Yeah.
you know, the mindset, you've not been empowered, then I guess I don't want to mention the rest. But yeah, even right now I'm teaching. Teaching doesn't basically mean you have to get chalk and be in front and shout with students. No, I can teach everywhere I am. I'm often teaching. You know, there is someone that is learning out there. wherever I am moving in line with my purpose. I'm often teaching. So when I got to that phone, I got into the portal. The good thing it was the courses were editable. I deleted the courses that were there. I put education first choice, second choice, and third choice.
I thought I was alone. Eh? There's a person I hosted. She told me her first choice was the course she's doing at the moment. Same goes to the second, same goes to the third. And that was me. When I was applying, I applied for guidance and counseling from number 1 up to number 4. And I had no option.
And sometimes for these courses we choose, for example, when I chose education, a lot of people were very much disappointed.
I know.
You know, that whoever you would tell, I'm going to do education, I'm going to be a teacher, they would say, you're done. I was like, look at this one. Because I knew I was on the right track and I'll be happy for the rest of my life, you know. Let me ask you a question, Marvin.
Yeah.
If I gave you $10,000 at the moment, would you accept them?
$10,000 at the moment. My first question would be why? Why are you giving me that?
No, just answer yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, you would accept the $10,000. If I would give you those $10,000, now this is the second option.
Yeah.
And I told you the condition is you to die tomorrow. Would you accept the $10,000? You would definitely refuse.
Yeah.
So people think about professions, and they think of professions that will bring them a lot of money. Money is very crucial. I don't want to underestimate that. It is very crucial. I also need it. Everyone needs it. Everything runs on money. But one thing that is priceless is life and happiness. And you cannot have life unless you're happy or you're having peace. These words are big: happiness and peace. They are very big, even beyond what you imagine. So if you don't have peace and happiness, you're not living. You don't have life. So there is life beyond that profession and that much amount of money you're getting. And there is nothing that will give you ultimate joy as making a lot of money in something you are born to do.
Very.
For example, if I become a billionaire out of this initiative and education, I'll be the happiest man on the world. So I think purpose is very crucial.
It is. Actually, purpose is a key to success. Because, being there, you're successful, as you've said, in your field, that you're very happy. Like, you wake up to do that thing. It is so good. Victor, say I'm colleague. Derrick, I'm going to ask you. I'm there, I'm watching, I want to support the Bridge UG. How can I do it? And as we get to conclude, how can I support you guys? How can I reach out to you people? How can I do it?
We are so much open to anyone that would love to collaborate with us, to work with us. Reaching us is very easy.
Yeah.
We have media accounts all over social media. That is the Bridge Uganda. That is for Instagram, TikTok. Of course, where people can send messages. That is the Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, X.
Yeah.
We don't have a Facebook moment at the moment. I mean, we don't have a Facebook account at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, those are the media handles that we have. Of course, there is no way they can send a message through YouTube.
Oh yeah, I get.
Then my phone number is 0744 83 35 60. For any inquiry, for any collaboration move, for any, if you want to join the VI initiative, it is very much open. Volunteers in Action. You can call me through or send me a WhatsApp message. I think a message is more convenient because I'm often in conferences, meetings, and what. So you can call through 0744 83 35 60, and we'll be able to talk. Yeah.
All right. I'm watching. I have a dream. I want to be like Derrick, but I always ask this question, by the way. I'm a scared individual. I'm waiting for the right time. Maybe let me first finish campus, But for you, you're still in your second year, right? And you're doing these wonderful things. What kind of advice can you give them? They're scared. They are not confident.
They are not confident. The greatest enemy we have in our lives is fear.
Yeah.
And if you cannot fight that enemy, you're doomed. You're bound to fail. I was also that fearful person, but I lost it with time. I'm a person that basically feared masses. For example, I would, in the starting stages, it required me to go to a few meetings, to a few conferences, to connect with some few people. But I had that fear. I had that inferiority in myself. I used to think of myself as small. But it cost me a lot in those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how big I know how costful it can be for you to feel small. You know, I believe it is not good to be proud. It is, even the Bible talks about it. God hates the proud people, but He loves the confident. So I think you should be confident of who you are. You don't have to have a lot of money to have to come from a rich family or what to do something. You just need to know that everything is possible. You just have to believe in yourself and know that I don't have to despise the small beginnings. I can be where I want for so long as I start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the greatest things is, one of the hardest things is to start. A lot of people have ideas. A lot of people want to do what I am doing or what the bridge is doing, but the hardest thing is to start. It costs for a lot.
Yeah.
You need to step out of the shoes of fear. You need to get a good team. You need to have a few resources. You need to have confidence, and it costs for a lot. But get out of your comfort zone and start. Get out of the comfort zone. A lot of visions have died in comfort zones. A lot of visions, and people live with these visions, and they fear to start until they die. There is if we are to count the amount of money that is in graveyards, it is a lot. There are a lot of visions that are in graveyards that have never been initiated in the world, and there would be initiatives that would have impacted the world immersively. But people died with those visions because they were scared to start.
Mm-hmm.
My dear comrade out there, don't fear. The greatest enemy is fear. Because if you fear and you don't start, you will live to regret for the rest of your life. You'll see other people living your vision. There's nothing that hurts as seeing someone on TV doing what you can do best, but you didn't do it and you're not in position to do it anymore. Just start. That is all I have to say.
Amazing. Derrick, thank you so much for coming through.
I'm much humbled.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I will tell you people, the bridge, the podcast, the bridge UG, the talk show and everything. You people, you're in my dreams. And that's my vision also. As I was telling you at the start of the show that I also aim to have a foundation. But everything is what? Process. We see how we be there and how to get there.
Definitely.
But thank you for the good work. I love advocacy, speaking up for the children and everything. Mental health. That is something I love so much. If you've been watching through my things, I'm a suicide survivor.
By the way.
Yeah. So
I saw that.
everyone.
Are you still suffering with?
No.
I could mentor you after here.
I'm actually good, and I feel like people go through a lot. My dream is I want to go to schools because students suffer from there.
Mental health is very
Talk
crucial.
to them because I used to wear that mask of I'm okay. I'm fine,
Yet you're not.
I was dying inside there. But everyone that has watched with us from the start to the end, we really appreciate you so much. Thanks a lot. As he mentioned that most of the people don't want to listen to such kind of content. We want content that expires tomorrow, someone was beaten. But this is important information that after 5 years, you can come back and listen.
They can come back and be impacted.
You get so. Thank you so much for listening. Share with your friend. Comment. Give us your feedback. Derrick might not be here for the first and last time. He might come back again next time.
Definitely.
Let's keep in touch with him and we see how we can go together. Bye bye. See you next time. This has been Marvin. Has been Derrick. I'm Marvin 256. Thank you.